Howdy folks, today we're playing Conduit, Soul of Windgrace, and Phyrexia will be one standard built around 2 cards you would imagine. Soul of Windgrace, which is it's a card that gets a lot of value from playing a lot of lands in your deck, discarding them, returning them from the graveyard, things like that. Conduit of Worlds lets you play lands from your graveyard, so pretty good combo with Soul of Windgrace, but also you can tap to choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard and cast it this turn if you want. So I did play a Conduit of Worlds deck earlier on this channel, maybe a week or so ago, and I'll admit I did not really know how the card worked as much going into it. I misplayed a bunch, I guess is what I'll say. There's a lot of interesting interactions. I misplayed a bunch with the cards. So I'm hoping to rectify the situation today. So we're paying all of that with a Tyvar Jund shell. Trying to tie it all together. Liliana, a Harvester, Fable, Tyvar, Cankerbloom, to deal with a bunch of different, random permanents, and Fable and Bloodtithe Harvester is really good. You can Tyvar to get the Fable, or to get the Bloodtithe Harvester back for the back to the Fable. You Conduit to get Tyvar back to get Bloodtithe Harvester, which is pretty good. And I also really like the idea of playing Conduit of Worlds and Liliana of the Veil together in the same deck. Liliana's a planeswalker that, a lot of times you -2, sacrifice a creature, it dies. But if you can just bring it back, it's a removal spell every turn. So that's something I wanted to try to loop with the Conduit World. So those are generally the reasons I play the cards I do in this deck. I'm not sure if this mismatching of different, types of game plans is going to work together, but we'll find out together on the ladder. Okay, going first. I like the sound of that. A little bit of Zytoria's Proving Ground to go. We have this cut down, but I don't think we would want to use it on turn 1. We don't have a turn 2 play anyway. Well, until now. Harvester time. We have Liliana next turn if they play a creature we want to deal with. If not, good time to get a Fable down. Okay. What else do they got? Duress. Yikes. Alright, they're going to take Tyvar, they're going to take Liliana, they can take Fable. We got a lot of options here. Took Fable. I think I'm going to get this Bloodtithe Harvester back.
Let's make it a fight to remember. It's not
Pass the turn. Now we have 2 blood tokens. We can kill something with the Harvester, and we have the Liliana to do some work as well. We got some lands in the graveyard for this Conduit. Another Duress. Okay, they're gonna take Liliana or Conduit. Probably should take Conduit. Yep. Soul of Windgrace. Alright. Tap with Harvester. So opponent didn't have I imagine they drew the Duress that turn. I am just gonna take this time to resolve my Liliana. Not sure how good this cut down's going to be.
The mysteries. I've come for don't overthink things.
Gix's command, yep. Kind of expecting them to just have a bunch of those Invoke Despair type stuff in their hand. Okay, they do have Phyrexia. We would like to find a Cankerbloom for that. Fable. So we could mill with a Tyvar here. I don't think that's too good, though. Let's attack here. Do they have a cut down? Seeming like they might. If our opponent just untaps and plays and Invoke Despair, we're in trouble. But if it seems like they have a cut down in hand, but also the leather card in their hand they kind of like, and they're afraid of us plussing with this Liliana. Ooh, March. Oh, they're gonna get rid of the Edict. Okay. Yeah, we're fine with that. That doesn't, whatever. We're gonna keep getting stuff back with the Tyvar anyway.
ready for round 2.
Pass the turn. Wanted to keep the Soul of Windgrace around, certainly. Can get an extra treasure with this 2/2. Card up to 2 cards. They are going to go for the throat here. Okay. Get rid of this Riveteer's Outlook, I suppose. Try to hit on tap land. Harvester. Harvester's not terrible. I think I'm going to mill first. See what I hit. So I hit a Canker Bloom. Nope. Just a Harvester. That's fine. Just pressure our opponent's life total. Go ahead and pass the turn. We would like to draw lands eventually, because then we can start really cooking with a Soul of Windgrace. I have something to kill a Tyvar. Yeah, I think we'd rather have Tyvar than still. Liliana. Okay, we're losing them both. That makes some sense. Go to my turn, try to hit a land. It's a tapped land though. But alright. Put our opponent down to 11. They're going to draw down to 10. We have a lot of removal with the reflections here. If our opponent has a Gix's command, it pretty much evens out the game.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it.
Alright, Harvester down.
One of your friends has to leave.
And Rafine's Tower, sure. Untapped lands. That's good. That means I can create a copy here. Yeah, Liliana's not going to be that good this turn, so... yeah, just do some damage to our opponent. Windgrace time. Get the Riveteer's Outlook. Put it back. So I think they still had a Gix's command in there that could have beaten us, but they didn't want to draw to it, I guess. GG's. All right, we're going first, and I think we'll keep this. Not the best hand in the world, certainly, but have a couple of removal spells. If we draw the right lands, we can get a Sheltered or Soul of Windgrace down. Swamp go. Okay, so now that was a good draw land-wise. Sheltered or Soul. What they got? An underdog? Underdog's gonna be pretty good. Yep, okay. Go to my turn. Cut down, sure. Trying to avoid a trespasser here. That's fine. They try to give it +2/+2. We'll spend this cut down. Definitely fine with us there. My guess is they're going to kill whatever we play here, so I think we'd rather have them kill this Soul of Windgrace. Yep. That'll hopefully let our Sheltered stick. If we draw an untapped black source next turn. Okay. I was gonna say we can get a rid of a Shelter, but now I think we're just gonna use this Liliana and the life. If we draw an untapped, I don't know. That's not that good against. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna Harvester. Definitely want a swamp. Keep this, go for the throat up. Pass the turn. They just start underdogging me, it's a little bad. Because he's gonna gain a lot of value that way. It's fine. You can come in. At least they're not using it to cast and evoke despair. Trespasser, sure. See what they target here. My Soul of Windgrace, gotta imagine. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and kill this memory right now. Liliana the Trespasser.
Something suspicious is going on. I've always hated crowds.
Tag them. This incentivizes them to play the underdog if they draw land. Conduit gets a lot better if you have these go for the throat style stuff in your hand. Okay, Ragnar Bangbuster, sure. Never cut down. Sounds good. Go to my turn. Privateer's Outlook. I think I want another swamp. And I want to get this conduit going. Okay, maybe I should not have played that turn. Alright, that's alright. I think we'll keep this go for the throat. Pretty sure we're gonna lose this Liliana either way. So yeah, I mean I think it was pretty obvious we were gonna lose our Liliana there. At least we can get back the Liliana this turn and kill the Flesh Gorger, which is actually pretty nice. We can play the Riveteer's Outlook from our graveyard, get some lands going. Forest. Could cast Sheldred here, but I think if we cast Liliana, just makes our opponent do stuff. And also gives us the go for the throat available.
Off you go.
To kill whatever they're trying to get with, bring out our Liliana. Like if they, Sheldred here and then crew up, or whatever they have. They are gonna bring out a Liliana. Just go for the throat, worth saving my Liliana? I don't think so.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
Go to my turn. Riveteer's Outlook. It's fine here. Get the last land out of our deck that we can get with it. Use our conduit. Get back Sheldred. Go ahead and cast it. Pass the turn. It would have been nice if they didn't auto tap us like that with this land of our wastes, but that's alright. Phyrexia Obliterator, sure. Alright, gotta go kill that. And GG's, yeah, Liliana was just gonna come back. We're gonna start plussing, attacking our opponent's hand. Yeah, that was nice. Conduit really showed out for that. They really did a lot of work to beating our opponent up there. GG's. Alrighty, going first again, having some good going first luck. This hand is solid. It'll be even better if we draw a Tyvar. Need the black mana for most of our plays next turn, so. Alright, if they're playing mono blue, I think we're just trying to kill our opponent. They had no turn one play. Alrighty, gonna attack here. Blackleaf's Cliff's Canker Bloom. Probably gonna cycle away this Copperline Gorge. Yep, make disappear. The only chance we have in this game is that we're on the play. I don't think we're anything remotely, resembling winning this game on the draw. So our opponent runs it out. Probably means they have a second Hot Asian. Cut down. Wow. The fact that I get to use a cut down on a Hot Asian is fantastic. Because it leaves me up with this go for the throat still. Gotta imagine second Haughtygen's coming down. Thirst for Discovery, no second Haughtygen. They felt like they were under that much pressure. They had to Haughtygen or bust. Alright, we're coming in. Bringing the heat. Just 3-2 tribal over here. Alright, what do they have to stop us here? They have like 5 Tolarian Terrors. That'd be a little tough. They didn't have enough. Wow. That's an aggro draw, I guess. But yeah, if we're on the draw, I think we'd lose that game by a preposterous amount. And we're cursing mono blue. But instead, we were blessed with the fact that we were able to be on the play and we won that game handily. So, GG's. Alrighty, opponent's going first. Let's see how we do against that. See if, you know, that slows us down at all. I think we are going to get this tap land out of the way. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think so, actually. I think we are going to hold this cut down. Saturn's Sake, this is probably a Legends deck, so if they have exactly not Thalia, we can cut it down. Yeah, get rid of that. Dennick is good against our strategy in general. Alright. Copperline Gorge pass. Alright. Esper Legends. That can be kind of tough. Transmogret. Okay. Definitely fine to just outlook this turn. Definitely need second black for this Sheldred. Problem is we kind of want a second green, but definitely, you know, less on the priority list than black. All right, Razor Last Transmogre coming down. They have the Dennick. Yep. Yeah, I think we're just gonna kill it. Try to get our Sheldred down. We could also get a Soul Wind. I think, yeah, we're gonna get a Soul Wind Grace down. Get this Riveteer's outlook. Get a Forest. Have some cards to discard now. Go for the Throat, sure. Maybe that means they don't have it for our Sheldred now, though. They don't play that many Go for the Throats. Skrelv, sure. Don't think we want to play this Cankerbloom right now. Don't want to show it to our opponent. We want to just be able to Cankerblue them next turn. Oh, they do have the removal spell for Sheldred? Otawara. Sure. Fine with that. Do they have multiple Otawaras and that's their whole game plan, or what's going on? I don't know, but we're gonna Fable here, get this Riveteer's outlook out of our hands. Lorn of the Third Path, that's pretty good. That was a good draw, certainly. I'm gonna try to give this protection from... No, they're not. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna start off with this Harvester. Get a little Cankerblooming down. We're able to kill the Skrelv if we want. Pass the turn. Takenuma. Okay, nothing in their yard right now. Dennick. Okay. That means we can't target stuff in our graveyard, which... Ouch. Alright. Gonna cycle this right now. So we can actually gain the life. Cliffs, sure. And Dennick, yep. Tyvar. So Tyvar doesn't target. Problem is, I guess we should Canker Bloom first. Yeah, Canker Bloom the Skrelv. So you don't want to pay their 2 life or not. Sure.
Today we carve our deeds into history.
Okay, get this Canker Bloom back. I think I'm gonna keep the cliffs in case I get some discarding. And yeah, we're just gonna pass. So now they can't just swing through on our Tyvar. They can have us start drawing cards with the Lorn. Thalia, sure. Sheldon, huh? So they have the Plaza. Give it a hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So they're going to use the Plaza. They're just attacking us. That's fine, I think. Sure. Go to my turn. Soul of Windgrace. Okay. Oh, from a graveyard? Sure. Takanuma, I guess. Less the Tyvar. And we're comfortable to just pass the turn here. We can discard this land card to draw a card, or we can make Soul of Windgrace have indestructible. They sadly don't want to give us both cards to draw. If they attack with a Sheldred now, we'll certainly block with the Soul of Windgrace. Sure, I'll draw. Copperline Gorge. Really looking at this Tyvar. And they're going to concede. Yeah, Soul of Windgrace and Tyvar together are going to lock that up. That was pretty good. Soul of Windgrace is a fantastic top deck. Tyvar keeping our opponent at bay. And hey, game on the draw didn't go so bad. We grinded with Esper Legends. GG's. Alrighty, we're going first. And Harvester's going to have to do some heavy lifting here, but we'll see. Opponent hasn't mulliganed. They had their mulligan decision down. Often enough times I feel like that means we're playing it some mono red. Not this time though. This next turn if we drew a River Tears outlook, I'd feel pretty good about that. Farmhand, sure. Canker Bloom's not bad. That gives up what we're doing. And our opponent knows we're Tyvar deck as soon as we play the Canker Bloom. Becomes pretty obvious. But they, you know, could have a Restoration of a Ganjo that gets blown up here. Wedding Announcement, things like that. No blocks. Not sure what they would have, but doesn't seem like it's worth blocking. They will lay down arms for us. It's one that is going to go to shelter at least if they do. Ossification, okay. Where are they going to target? Okay, I want my Cankerbloom in the graveyard. That's why I did that. They probably also want their Ossification in the graveyard if they got to choose. So probably also happy about that. Alrighty, we're gonna get in there and pass. Kill any reasonable creature they play here. A Gonjo, sure. We're gonna slam the Sheldred probably. Yeah, we could Cankerbloom, but yeah, I think I actually am going to Cankerbloom. That restoration. No, I think I'm going to... No, I am going to actually do it. Yeah, conflicting what I want to do with myself. But yeah, I think I'm going to Cankerbloom this. Get in my damage. Okay, they are going to trade that farmhand to block. Getting a little bit worried about their life total. See what they have now. This is a deck that is really good at grinding, so we're not... Okay, they can't... Okay. I feel like that means they have a second Sarah Paragon, to be honest. But if they do, we have second Harvester to kill it, so... Get in our damage now. Pretty much expecting Sarah Paragon, or else they really didn't have anything else to play. They really felt like they needed to get something on board, but I really do feel like the second Paragon coming down. Yep, second Paragon, Ossification time. Wipes our board, which is pretty good, but we get this Sheldred down, which is nice. We could also Conduit, but I think just having Sheldred here is better. If our opponent passes with open mana, I don't think we're going to play into it. The Wandering Emperor, but they did not. Bankbuster, that's pretty good. Go to my turn. Play another Sheldred. Okay, gonna go ahead and draw now. Makes sense. Pass the turn. Depopulate, okay. It's pretty good. Just gonna go ahead and draw. So they've successfully gotten rid of some of our Sheldreds. But the nice thing is this Conduit should be able to get them back. We're looking to draw lands, really. Yeah, Riveteer's Outlook at any point I think would have been really nice for this Conduit, but it's not what we've done so far. So that way to remove our Conduit. If they don't, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Ossification can only hit, I believe it is Planeswalkers and creatures, so could be worse there already. Bankbuster fully gets all their stuff going. Resplendent. Okay.
There are good people in this city. Be brave.
Sure. Elspeth Resplendent making a bunch of angels. Definitely something that could be not good on our radar. But I think we're just going to replay a little Sheldred here. Yep. Keep up. Go for the throat. So even if our opponent gets to all these angels, maybe we can burn their life total out with Sheldred. Pass the turn. We have no way to get to this Elspeth, though, which is pretty scary. Ossification. Okay. Do we have another Sheldred in the yard? We do not. Alright. Gonna kill our own Sheldred here. We need to be able to replay it. With the conduit. They're gonna race us with angels. It's gonna be close here. I don't know if we're gonna get there, to be honest.
I know there's a hero inside you.
I think we're gonna get them down to 1 and lose. Which is tough. Oh, they gave it lifelink. Oh, okay, yeah, we can't. Yeah, I forgot about the ability to give a lifelink. They just got us. Dang. Close match. That deck, I think, outgrinds our deck pretty heavily, even when we have the conduit and everything going on. But see, we have to get under him. We tried to get under him, but didn't have quite fast enough draw. GG's. Okay. First place, turn 3 on the draw. I think we have to mulligan that and do better. This is definitely better. I think we're gonna put back the cut down. Deserted Beach, go. Probably a control deck. The Bant. They're gonna besage you? Oh, Stonebrain. Okay. What are they gonna name here? Sheldred? I would name Sheldred, probably. Not sure. It's a tough choice. Just seeing a Blood Tithe Harvester, you could name Go for the Throw, you can name Sheldred, you can name Graveyard Trespasser. I think the safest bet is Sheldred. They could name Invoke Despair. They're really scared about that, but that happens to not be in our deck. Fable, that's a good name too. That's probably the safest name if you see Blood Tithe Harvester. Yeah, actually I do think that's the right name. Alright, well we're losing some Fables. Goodbye, Fables. Conduit. Alright, well, if it is Conduit, I do think we're maybe gonna cycle this Proving Grounds. Tag with a Harvester. I think they might counter this, so I'd probably rather run a counter this Sheldred. No, not a counter spell. I don't know, they're ramping into a depopulate, probably. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, okay. Domain deck. With Deserted Beach in it. Alright. Gotta imagine raiding a depopulate, but it lets us resolve this conduit, probably. Farewell would be rough. No, they did not exile graveyards. I will take that. I will take that. Pass turn. What do they have? Nice thing is we can sacrifice to Cankerbloom so it doesn't get exiled. They have like a lay down arms or something, but I don't know what's in their deck, to be honest. Shouldn't be a lay down arms. Alrighty, Cankerbloom time. They want a Wandering Emperor. We're just gonna sack it and get it back. Conduit not looking good right now, though. not the right Conduit matchup. There's a Shigeki. Colossal Sky Turtle. Farewell coming back. Okay. Like, the exile graveyards are nuts. No. Okay. Alright. Destroy my own conduit here. So at least it doesn't get exiled. They must really like their graveyard. Sheldred coming down. They use their Sky Turtle, so... Fateful Absence. So we get a draw from that. Could be worse. Curious to see our opponent's end game. Is it just like this herd migration? Not sure. So we can find a way to loot away some of these removal spells that are just rotting in here. Meantime, we'll start the Canker blooming. Pass the turn. They have another Fateful Absence for us. Another Sky Turtle looks like. Gonna get herd migration. Shigeki. Yeah. We can grind, but we don't really grind against a super hard control decks. Alrighty, well, we'll proliferate. Keep these things in the yard, I suppose. Yeah. Opponent, I don't know if they can ever beat mono red, but they certainly are getting good. They're getting percentage points in this matchup, where, you know, quite simply, we have dead cards. I mean, these are dead cards. Just basically waiting for our opponent to loop this Shigeki and Sky Turtle. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen enough. GG's. Yeah, super hard control decks are going to be tough with this exact deck here, but you know, anything smaller than that, I think you have a good chance of going toe to toe with. GG's. Okay, yeah, already. We'll go first. Blackleaf's Cliffs. Keep this cut down up in case it's mono red on the other side. Does not look like it is. Harvester into Fable. Combo is old as time. They kill the Harvester. Probably means they can't kill a Fable right away. Maybe it does. Maybe they have double removal spell. Alright, Harvester gonna get in. And Fable. Definitely want to discard some lands so this Soul of Windgrace can get value. What you got there, opponent? That you want to cast with our Fable on this deck. Thrill of Possibility. Okay, it's probably an Atraxa style deck. That's a little worrisome. They have their own Fable. Edict. Okay. Cut down's not going to be good. Get these out of here. Although I probably should have discarded the Proving Grounds, but I kind of needed it. Yeah. It's gonna go all in and trying to kill our opponent. Opponent has the Sulphur Springs for us, which was nice. I didn't realize that until after I made this Proving Ground play, but I think that does make keeping the Proving Ground correct. Alright, what do they have here? Eventually we can keep our Soul of Windgrace alive by giving it indestructible. Probably don't want to let us untap with it. But it could have Wandering Emperor too. It's a Wandering Emperor deck with Thrill of Possibilities. I don't know if it is. But, something we have is going to get eaten by a Wandering Emperor anyway. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass here. Try to get this Soul of Windgrace indestructible. If I Wrath. Okay. Go to my turn. Attack with Soul of Windgrace. Play a Sheldred. GG's already. Didn't look like they had a hard Wrath. I think they definitely would have just used a hard Wrath there, but yeah, I'll take that. GG's. Let's head to the wrap up already, and we're back here with Conduit Midrange, and I really do think this is an interesting version of Jund for all the reasons I was laying out in the intro. And I think the game plan actually is better than it looks on its face. I think you know, having the Tyvar together with the Soul of Windgrace, I think those two cards are pretty good together. They're like synergy cards. That's not really revolutionary. I mean, people have done the Tyvar Soul of Windgrace shenanigans together. I think adding Conduit instead is really good. Your opponents need some sort of graveyard interaction to really break up what you have going on. But that was going to be the case with your deck anyway. So I don't think leaning into Conduit of the Worlds and leaning making yourself more graveyard susceptible is that different than just, being Tyvar and Soul of Windgrace susceptible. For that reason, I don't think it would be a good best of 3 deck. I think you would just get absolutely hosed post board. But in best of 1, which is, that's what I play, what I build decks for. I think it's, a pretty good choice. Being able to recur your Lilianas, your Harvesters, your Cankerblooms, Tyvars, literally everything in your deck. Besides, you go for the Throat and the Cut Down with the Conduit, I think is really cool. The idea of Conduit Liliana, worked out in one of our games, and the idea of it, at least the threat of it, worked out and put our opponent away. And just being able to get a card back as powerful as Sheldred, they might have 1 or 2 removal spells, but do they have 4 or 5 removal spells for your Sheldred with the Conduit of Worlds? Maybe not. You can just keep looping it back. I think that's pretty powerful. And Soul of Windgrace with the Riveteer's Outlook, I think just in general, probably an underplayed card. It does a lot, gets cards from any graveyard onto the battlefield. We saw that in a couple games where we were able to get stuff from our opponent's graveyards. In the Esper Legends game and the last one we just played against Mardu Control or something like that. Getting back from their graveyard is pretty important. I think you would need to remember with this deck. Go for the Throat and Cut Downs, I think, are pretty nice as instants, because if you use the Conduit in your turn, being able to have a Go for the Throat and on their turn kind of breaks the I want to call it like the restrictions that Conduit of Worlds places on you on your turn, right? You can just go for the throw them on their turn. So that's a pretty good way to break the restrictions. I wish that they had made this last part activate only as a sorcery, not really that applicable. So that way you could have a flash threat, so you could play something on your turn and then play a flash threat on their turn, like a Fairy Vandal or something like that. But that's they probably thought of that and they put the accurate restriction on the card so you couldn't abuse it. But I don't know if that would be too abusive, but that's kind of what I would like to do with the Conduit if they remove the accidentally as a sorcery restriction from it. But I don't know. Yeah, fun deck. You should try it out if you have all these cards, honestly. I mean, you're going to win a good amount of the games. Control's a hard matchup. Never played mono red. I would have to guess that if you're on the draw, that's probably a tough matchup. But if you're facing other mid-range decks, you think you have a pretty good chance to win games, just straight up. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and as always, until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.